Hey everybody, this is Be Back Real Quick. This is episode number 3. And an interesting thing happened to me at work.
What happened to you?
I had a couple going to Cancun and they were really concerned about not having money, any pesos.
Mm-hmm.
So they were asking, where do I go get my money exchanged? And I said, you guys are just going to Cancun, yeah? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, well, you don't need pesos to go to Mexico. You can survive without it.
Yeah.
So they had no idea how that worked. And just told them that, it's probably best if they're taking US dollars, that they have smaller bills.
Yeah, 1s, 5s.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably bring a couple of 20s in case I want to, go do something off the resort or, for, a large purchase. But I told him, yeah, $1 bills. And I think that you had a coworker in the past tell you that they really like $2 bills. I know that I have some $2 bills left over from that trip. But you don't need, cash. Well, especially go to Mexico.
Yeah, not Mexico.
But we have been in situations where we did need some cash. One unique situation, our infamous Paris-Amsterdam trip that was supposed to be Japan.
You gonna tell me the whole story, or?
No.
You sure?
It's a good story, but I'll say that, I think that that's more of a non-rep story.
Okay.
So, stay tuned.
Stay tuned for
on
sure.
that one. But we did end up in Paris at the last minute with Japanese yen, and quickly realized that there was no probably getting any taxis for that day, because I think we got there kind of late.
Yeah,
by the time we got to the hotel, we just did some walking around, but we didn't have any actual euros when we got to Paris. So definitely relied on the credit card. Now the couple also didn't know about using a credit card that doesn't carry international foreign transaction fees. And I know the credit card that we use, there's no penalty for using your credit card overseas, and some of the other credit cards that I've been looking into getting into don't have fees for international transaction fees or transactions. So highly recommend, if you're doing any kind of international travel, that you find a credit card that benefits you. And I say this, benefits you in a way that you'll get rewarded for using it, but also won't pose any fees when you use it overseas.
We don't like the fees.
Yeah. So, the couple didn't know, and they kept saying, well, I can use my debit card, right? And I said, oh, no, I don't think that you should use your debit card because there's going to be fees.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay a fee from your bank. You're going to pay a fee. If you're withdrawing money, you'll pay a fee at the ATM. You'll pay a fee at your bank. So I think it's important that everyone look into the types of credit cards, because I think people probably get into a lot of trouble. I don't want to say trouble, but a lot of trouble when they're using debit cards. Yeah, especially debit cards. But if you're going to Mexico, and I'll say there's a lot of countries that do take US dollars. A lot of the Caribbean, you can use your US dollars. But when we went to Belize, I looked up, of course, because you should be researching
everything
before you go.
She's good at it.
Well, you did pretty good. I went to Puerto Vallarta. You did all the research for that trip.
I guess I did something.
So look and see what you need before you go.
Yeah.
And money is a very important need. And if you're going to Mexico, that's muy importante.
That was good.
I do a little.
That was good.
I do a little Espanol. So you don't need a lot of U.S. Well, sorry, you could use U.S. dollars. A lot of countries they'll take U.S. dollars. I think that they prefer U.S. dollars. But going back to Belize real quick, the Belizean dollar is 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
So, for example, if something is 10, I think it's 10 US, it's 5
5
Belize.
Belize.
Or is it the other way around?
If it's 10 Belize, it's 5 US. No.
Maybe you should look it up. Real quick.
Hold on.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah,
He's
keep
gonna look
going.
that up. But it is 2-1. I'm just trying to remember which direction it was, and I want to say it benefits us coming from the U.S. But anyway, we did need like Belizean dollars when we went to
2 to 1.
Yeah, 2-1. Like what is that though?
So if you bring $100, $200 in Belize.
Okay. All right. So when we went to the KO district, San Ignacio, close to the Guatemalan border, that's like pretty much the west side of the country. A lot more like mom and pop small businesses, and there was not a lot of use of credit card.
No ATM machines or ATM access or whatever.
Yeah, it was very, very limited. So because we knew that going into the trip, we called ahead to one of the local currency exchange departments. Like we use this one in particular that's just kind of close by. I can drop the address in the. I'm gonna do that thing that people do. I'm gonna drop the information in the description below. So if you're local to Los Angeles, at least you can look up that company. But I would advise if you're traveling in another place that's not Los Angeles, look up a local currency exchange. They say don't do your currency exchanging at the airport because the rates are
really high.
Yeah, so you don't get as much money back. So do it before you get there or when you get to that destination, but that could also be a little iffy because there may not be as much access to it.
Yeah, I realized actually, talking to my mom, she's going to Greece actually in a week, that in the Bay, there's not a lot of currency exchange places.
Yeah, probably San Francisco.
I'm thinking you can just go anywhere and get it, and you can't, you know?
Yeah, she probably has to go to like San Francisco.
She had to go to the bank and have to order it.
Yeah, we're fortunate.
Yeah, exactly. So I said, when you come down here, just...
Oh, yeah.
Just stop by one of our 100,000 currency exchange places and...
Yeah. I guess it is nice that we live in an area that's
touristy area.
Yeah, more touristy, so it's a little bit more like readily available.
Definitely.
But
it's just gonna take like a week
to
get the euros.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So that's for all of you people who are in the suburbs. Think about this ahead of time. Because
it's not gonna work last minute.
Yeah, and that's our MO.
Or you're gonna have to pay a lot of money at the airport.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that. Well, she probably could even do it in Greece, but still, like you want to have something, like
especially Greece.
Yeah, like I mean, what if you need to like get in a taxi cab at the airport because
your battery's dead,
or the train's down or something like that. So you always want to make sure you have something, like
cash.
have
some sort of cash.
I think we usually exchange a couple $100s before we go. And lately I've really been trying to rely on the credit card.
She wants the points.
Okay, that too. I really do, actually.
It's the points.
We have a hotel card, so why not get free hotels and
hey, I'm with you.
And free flights. So that's what I'm looking at, the big picture. But back to Belize, yeah. So in the town San Ignacio, like it was preferred to use the cash, and then when we actually got to San Pedro, which was more I guess are more digital, is that the way to call it, more digital? We were able to use our credit card more, like we rented our golf cart with a credit card, like majority of the places we ate took a credit card. We did our excursion.
Everything was credit card.
Yeah, with a credit card. So but we were out there for a really long time too, so I think if I would have done it, if I would do it differently, I think I would have brought more cash to Belize.
I don't think you brought enough that time.
Yeah, well then,
brought more than you.
Yeah, and then also I lost a bunch of it when I remember.
Yeah, that's right. That was the day.
I actually handled it very well.
It was still a day because I knew how you really felt.
Well, yeah, like so we were in the golf cart, and I guess like my purse opened up. I don't know how, and all of my like everything, my ID, my credit cards, my cash, like everything fell out. And we were ordering some food, and like this lady came and recognized me from my ID, and I got like my cards and my ID back, but of course
the money's gone.
Cash is gone, and it was like $70, I think, like that I had, and it was like I think it was like our second to last day, I think, but what a blow, right? It's like a lot of money to lose. So, but I handled it well. I mean,
2-1.
hope you're blessed. Whoever found the money,
Yeah.
I hope that you're blessed, and I hope that you used it for something good. Because I have to just say that it wasn't for me to have. Obviously, it was for you to have. So you're welcome.
I can say she was very nice about that, but we'll keep it at that. Very well said.
I was upset, of course.
No, I'm just saying what you just said right now.
Oh.
To whoever you're talking to.
Yeah.
I would have said something worse.
I hope
Not
that. I hope that you needed it. Because my picture was on my ID.
Yeah, never mind.
You could have. Anyway, yeah. So I would recommend bring cash, and if you're just starting out with traveling, or if you're continuing traveling, like use a credit card. Use a credit card when you travel. I mean, just for anything. Like debit, they take the money right away. Like credit, like you can protect yourself. Like it's
Swipe.
Yeah, you should swipe. It's a better way to travel. It's a better way you should be booking flights on a credit card. You should be, don't go broke over this. Like save the money and then like pay it off, because that's what we try to do.
Save ahead
and then pay it off when we get back. But highly recommend looking into a good credit card. Whether it's cash back, like I said, we do hotels, cash back. If that's what you do, like Costco, I know like has a good cashback program allegedly. The other thing that I want to point out too about money and traveling is American Express. Like I'm very interested in getting a couple of American Express cards, because they have good programs for some of the hotels and like lounge access and things like that. But a lot of countries don't accept American Express, so be mindful of that. And I try to pick people's brains, like when they have like an American Express card, and I'm like, oh, do you use this card often when you travel? And most of the time they say yes, and that they haven't had problems, which is great. Maybe like places are taking cards again or taking American Express. But somebody did recommend to have a backup. So Visa and MasterCard are kind of the preferred, what do you call that?
Payment form.
Is that like a carrier?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Lender. I'm not that great at like financial stuff. Put it in the bottom. Like, what is it called when like the people who give you the credit card, like MasterCard, Visa, Discover, like what? Like put that down there so I can do this for the next one. Put in the comments. Help me out. But yeah, American Express is not accepted everywhere, so keep that in mind. Cash, American Express, then other credit cards. Don't use debit cards. I would probably just use cash over a debit card.
Leave it at home.
If you have the choice, because you really shouldn't be using a debit card on vacation. On an international trip. For domestic, obviously that's fine, but I even still use credit cards for domestic travel if I can. For the points. Protection.
For the points.
What if I need to? What if something happens and I need to dispute it?
You've done that before.
I have.
For the points though.
Of course, for the points. Of course, for the points. We pretty much get like a free night. Maybe in a while, but we pretty much like use like points or get free stays. Like we take like 2 big trips a year, and we usually
2 big ones for sure.
Yeah,
we did a lot this year though, but yeah, 2 big ones.
Yeah, so why not get some free stuff?
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, that's my piece on money.
Okay.
So.
Sounds good.
All right, so that's our money episode. It's probably episode 1 of money. I'm sure that like as we get deeper into this, I'm gonna have more advice to give. He's gonna have more advice to give, and if you have advice to give, drop a comment down below. Maybe put your favorite travel card down below. That would be helpful for people viewing. That would be helpful for me to make a decision on my next card.
Yeah, you've been trying to decide that one for a while.
I know. I have one that I want, but some of these monthly annual fees, man. I don't know if I want to spend like $500 a year for a credit card. That's a trip.
Yeah, but
a lot of perks. I know.
All the perks.
I know. Drop your cards. Like whatever cards you're using to travel, put that down in the comments.
Do that.
Down there. Okay? And help us out. Help us get into our next travel card. I guarantee you.
We want to know what's best.
Yeah. I guarantee you're not going to pick the one that we have, but I don't know. I think I've seen like one other person. But anyway, like, comment,
and subscribe.
Tell us, I keep saying, tell us where you want us to travel. Where would you like to see us travel? Put that in the comments down below.
Down there.
Yeah. And until next time,
we will
be back real quick.